Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. I'm so glad to see you here today. We're going to start in just a moment. Come on in, get relaxed, get ready for a great day. All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. I'm so glad that you're here. This is going to be a lot of fun. Really excited that you're here with me today. And let's get this party started, shall we? Yes, so excited. All right, so you are in the right place today. Let me just start there. I'm really excited because we are going to dive into a topic that is crucial for leaders. I don't care how big your team is. Today's world is changing rapidly, and you need to be ready. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Deanna Maio. I'm the founder and director of The Vivid Woman, and I specialize in helping leaders just like you navigate the ever-evolving landscape of leadership and help you to thrive in it. So this session's for you if you've ever felt like your leadership style needs to be adjusting or is maybe falling behind the times. If you've ever dealt with the challenges of leading in a time of change in your particular world, your world, the world of your business, your team. If you feel like you want to stay ahead of the curve and make a real impact as a leader, this is for you. So let's start by getting clear on what the problem is. Our world is changing so rapidly. We have new technologies every day coming out. And our style as a leader might have been effective in the past, but maybe it's no longer as impactful as it once was. A lot of people adapt their style easily, but let's be real, change is not always easy. It's not always welcome. And even when we do welcome it, it's not always easy. And we may need to get better results from our team, change our style so we can kind of meet the current demand. And when we don't do this, well, we have team morale just goes down. Our productivity and our team's productivity can go down. And ultimately, it can really hinder your success in being the leader of your team. I want to hear from you. Have you ever found yourself grappling with how to adapt your style, especially when times are changing quickly? Go ahead and share your experiences in the comments and let me know. But while I'm waiting on that, today we are going to hop into 5 key strategies to help you evolve your leadership style successfully in our fast-changing world. So are you ready? All right, here we go. The first one is embracing continuous learning. When our environment is changing so quickly, sometimes our willingness to learn and adapt is not very willing or not very adaptable, but it's so crucial. So I want you to consider making it a habit to just stay updated on industry trends and leadership best practices. And one way you can do this is to set aside a dedicated time each week for reading articles, books, or taking a course, doing some coaching with someone like me related to leadership and change management in your organization. The second key strategy is to foster adaptability in your team. So it's not just enough for you to be willing to change rapidly, but we need to encourage a culture of adaptability within our own organization. So that's, things like being open to new ideas and approaches and empowering your team members to embrace change. And one of the ways you can do this is to host regular team meetings where you're discussing potential changes, possible innovations, and involve your team in the decision-making process. Let them have a say. They don't have to have the final say, but let them have a say. It will not only strengthen that skill set for them, but they'll be more excited and bought in to whatever the changes might be. All right. Key strategy number 3 is all about adapting and developing your emotional intelligence. Now, unlike IQ, which is said to be set from birth until death, emotional intelligence, or EQ, is something we develop over time as we live our lives, and we can develop it more deeply when we really make it important to us, right? In times of change, understanding our own emotions and how to manage them, understanding other people's emotions, it's vital. And emotional intelligence, it helps you to navigate these situations with empathy and more resilience. And that's something we want from our teams, but it's also what we have to model for them. So I want to encourage you to put this into action by practicing active listening and empathy, by regularly checking in with your team members to make sure that you understand their concerns and their needs. This is particularly challenging when we meet online because there's often a slight delay between when you say something and when they actually end up hearing it. So here is my very practical tip for how to manage that, especially when you've got a room full of people, multiple people on your team meeting together. And it also is great if you're someone like me who identifies as a little extroverted and thinks out loud. All you have to do is ask the question and then apply virtual duct tape and count to 10. Keep your eyes soft, a Mona Lisa smile into the camera, and just give them time to think about the question you just asked and stay present with them while you wait for the answer. All right, let me share tip number 4 with you. And this is all about leading by example. We've heard it time and again, but it's so true. You have to be the change you want to see in the world. You have to be the leader you want your team to be. Your behavior sets the tone. So if you're demonstrating adaptability, if you're demonstrating a growth mindset and a willingness to embrace change, they will too. So one of the ways that you can go about doing this is to share stories about your own personal growth journey, your journey adapting, with the hopes that you're inspiring your team with those stories. Now, before I share the 5th key strategy for today, I want to talk a little bit about what happens when you start to make evolving your style for today's fast changing world a priority. First of all, you're going to see your team morale and motivation increase greatly. That means performance and productivity is going to go up. They're going to be more adaptable and innovative, and that's only a good thing. And you're going to feel greater personal and professional fulfillment as a leader. Now, if you're ready to take your leadership to the next level and really thrive in the world we're living in today, I want to extend an invitation to you. I'd like to help you squeeze the most out of your team as possible while still being authentically you. And so I'd like to offer you a special one-on-one modern leadership mastery game plan session. During this session, together, we will create a crystal clear vision for the results that you want your team to produce, for the way that your team interacts with each other and with you, and the kinds of people you would like to have on your team. We're going to uncover the hidden challenges and the blind spots, and believe me, we all have them, that could be sabotaging your success with leadership and with team building. And my commitment to you is that you're going to leave that session renewed and inspired, and you're going to know the number one most important action you can take to create powerful results with your team, a team that gets things done and that enjoys working together. So you can have the results you want and still have a flourishing personal life with plenty of time for the passions and the people that matter to you. If you'd like to take me up on that invitation, all you have to do is head on over to tvwleader.com/leader-game-plan to secure your session. Again, that link is tvwleader, that's for the Vivid Woman, leader.com/leader-game-plan. All right, let me share our 5th and final strategy here with you. I'm sure this is going to come to as no surprise. As a matter of fact, my goal is not to teach you anything new today at all. You already knew all of this. My goal is to inspire you to take action, to remember that which you already know. And isn't that a breath of fresh air? You don't have to learn anything new. You just have to take a little bit of action. Any one of these 5 tips put into consistent action is going to get you results. And that 5th and final tip is about feedback and iterations. Don't be afraid to ask for feedback from your team on your leadership style. Ask them, what can I do more of or less of that would make your work experience more effective, right? And use that input to make continuous improvements. You can do that through one-on-one conversations. You could conduct anonymous surveys to gather that feedback from your team. But if you make receiving feedback, even constructive feedback, the norm, and you make giving constructive feedback the norm, it's never anything to be fearful of, because it's just the way we do things. We give feedback. All right, friends. That is it for our time together today. I want to thank you for joining me in exploring how to evolve your leadership style in our fast changing world. I want you to remember, since I'm not teaching you anything new today, I'm just reminding you, leadership is a journey, and your commitment to your own growth is what will set you apart. I want to invite you to stay tuned for our next session, where we'll delve into more strategies to help you excel as an effective manager and leader of your team while still being authentically you. Until then, keep leading vividly with purpose and embracing change. Have a fantastic day, everybody. Bye for now.